muy buenas tardes, mi gente querida del Valle. Bienvenidos a su programa La Cereza del Pastel. Soy María Antonia Palacios.
Erika Gutiérrez.
Y hoy tenemos una invitada. ¡Tarararán! ¡Tarararán! Introdúcela, Erika.
It's Dina Sabnani. Welcome. How are you, Dina?
I'm doing amazingly well. Thank you for having me on the show.
Dina, thank you very much for being here with us today. I know that you have a hectic schedule, but we want to get to know a little bit more about you. You are a speaker that kind of brings joy to people. And tell me a little bit more about it, because I know you mentioned several titles of what you have done and being a member in the community, but bring us a little bit more. Voy a empezar a traducir varias partes de esta entrevista porque Dina se le hace un poquito complicado, pero aquí, como sabemos, en el Valle aquí el Spanglish nos funciona también, así que pues bueno, aquí entre Erika y yo y Dina y nos vamos a hacer un poquito, para traerle la información a usted. Ella es una miembro activista del Valle, creando un ambiente, digamos, de sonrisas, de alegría, de gozo. Entonces, quiero que nos explique un poquito más a profundidad de lo que ella hace.
Okay. So basically, I'm a happiness coach, a certified happiness coach, a soul coach. I work on a subconscious level with women and men who have some blocks in their subconscious mind. Generally, we just work on the conscious level, and a lot of things are stored in our subconscious. I also am a laughter yoga therapist. I help people bring joy in their life, more happiness, because as grown-ups, we've forgotten how to laugh. We've forgotten how to be children and to enjoy life. Right now, we wear the badge. I'm so busy. I do so many things. Oh, my life is so stressed. And these are things we tell ourselves, and then we attract more stress, more busy. And so I help people understand that it's okay to have fun. It's okay to find things that make you happy and do them more, because when we are happy, the world around us becomes a better place. When women take time for self-care, then they feel better about themselves. They're nicer to their partners. They're nicer to their children. Their children have a parent who is feeling good, right? And it makes a difference all the way around. But if we don't take care of ourselves, it's like a bank account. We take out, we take out, we take out, we take out, and suddenly we're in minus. And then if you're in minus, then you're like, oh, my children don't care about me. My husband doesn't care. No one thinks about me. I'm doing everything for the family. And we go into like a deep hole. But if we make sure that we're taking and putting into our savings account, and we're taking a little bit and putting into our savings account, then we're not minusing, right? Then we have more energy. And then we're able to give more energy. And then we're not, you're not doing anything for me. We were talking earlier and I said, if you like flowers, go buy yourself some flowers. No, my partner has to buy flowers for me. He doesn't buy the flowers, I'm unhappy. He doesn't care about me.
Fíjense que ahorita estábamos, yo sé que a lo mejor no todos podamos entender, ¿verdad?, de lo que ella está hablando. Para eso voy a meter aquí el Spanglish. Y bueno, ella está explicando, ella es coach, pero de una manera alegre. Ella trata de, no sé si cómo lo explicaremos, Erika, porque son términos nuevos aquí. Es la primera vez que yo sé de un coach de felicidad, coach de felicidad. ¿Por qué? Porque como lo estaba diciendo Dina, muchas de las veces nosotros absorbemos las energías de las personas y a veces nosotros también derrochamos nuestra energía Y es como las cuentas de banco, va sacando y termina siendo negativo, en números rojos, y es donde pues, probablemente nosotros explotemos, tengamos llenas de energía negativa hacia nosotros. Pero hizo un comentario, como antes de entrar al aire, que tuve la oportunidad de hablar una a una con Dina. Estamos hablando acerca de las flores, dice, ¿por qué tenemos que darle la responsabilidad al marido,
sí, a la pareja,
¿cierto? A la pareja,
de que si no nos da ellos, es lo que está diciendo Dina, no nos dan unas flores, o sea, somos infelices, o sea, nos amargamos sin una razón. Mejor uno mismo, o sea, ¿te gustan las flores? Hazlo. Tú alégrate porque es lo que a ti te alegra. Correcto, sí. Right?
Yeah.
Y yo le decía a Dina ahorita antes de entrar al aire que precisamente yo acepto cuando mi marido decide traerme flores, las acepto con una sonrisa, pero también cuando no hay esas flores no puedo decir es que es tu responsabilidad de dármelas, sino al contrario, ¿sabes qué? Yo quiero algo colorido en casa, pues nos vamos a traer. Yo sé que a veces son costosas, pero si te hace feliz el ver flores en tu casa, bueno, llévalas a tu casa, cómpralas, aunque sea cada 15 días. El chiste es hacer el intento. Pero bueno, Dina, ¿cómo podemos, yo sé que ahorita hemos hablado de que ha sido muchísimo estrés por lo del COVID. I had asked you in the beginning about the COVID that I had pretty much changed everybody's perspective. I guess maybe a little bit more insecure about life.
Yeah.
You know, because you can go, I mean, we've thought about it before, but not to this extreme.
No, absolutely. The past 2 years has been so hard on everyone, from doctors and nurses to parents to the children. We've never in our lifetime had to face something like this kind of a pandemic. And it's amazing, you know, it's perfect that we're doing this in May, because May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And it's so important in cultures like, yo soy Hindu, habla español muy poquito, but in Indian culture, in Mexican culture, your mental health has never been a priority. You don't need therapy. Why are you talking to other people about problems in your house, right? That's very Mexican culture too. Like, we don't share our dirty laundry with other people, right? So we keep things to ourselves. Men, they're told, you know, machismo, you don't cry, you're not allowed to have stress, and they have to carry all the family's stress on their shoulders. And so being in this pandemic has thrown things in all different directions. People have lost so many loved ones in successions. I knew people 1 week at some funeral they're going to, another week. There was a friend of mine who went to 4 funerals in 1 week. Like, we're faced with our own mortality, right? We're faced with this concept of death. And most people, it's their number one fear. The stress adds up. Financial stress, right? People not being able to get jobs, people, relationship stress. There were so many couples that I knew that didn't survive COVID because they were so used to seeing each other for a couple of hours during the day because they were both at work, or someone would come home, you'd spend 2-3 hours, eat dinner and go to sleep. And so it was a habit you had with that partner, but then being faced with spending all day, you start to get to know, like, oh, I don't like this person, or this person's irritating me, and our tolerance went lower. Our kids had to be homeschooled. We had to take care of them, and sometimes, you know, the parent wasn't as educated to be able to support their child learning at home. So it's been a really, really tough time, and it's super important to understand that if you're really struggling, if you're really going through major depression, or you're having thoughts about suicide, or that you can't seem to get out of that, seek help. Go see a therapist. Go speak to someone, because that's really important. Because there are tips and techniques and counseling that make a difference. So it's super important.
Ella explica que es muy importante que nosotros si necesitamos ayuda mental, ya sea a lo mejor un poco de terapia, que estamos pasando por alguna situación difícil, que a lo mejor probablemente algún problema de salud y el estrés de ese problema de salud, aparte el estrés de la finanza, del trabajo, que es importante recordar de que podemos buscar ayuda. Y sobre todo que en este mes es el mes de la salud mental. En mayo es el mes de la salud mental. Pero bueno, Dina, yo sé que te han preguntado esta pregunta y lo platicamos antes de entrar, que es, ¿estás tú todo el tiempo? Porque tú vienes a compartirnos esta nueva estrategia de vivir la vida siendo feliz. ¿Cómo tú estás todo el tiempo feliz? We talked about being happy every time. Does that work for you? How does it work? I mean, you're a coach of happiness.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with that? Because it's the most frequent question that you get asked.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, I was about to work with a new client. She had seen me speaking, followed me on Instagram, and she's like, I want to learn more about your services. So I said, okay, let's speak on the phone, because I only want to work with people who our energies match, that I know that they are willing to change, right? If there are people who are like, my life sucks, this is bad, they're in the victim mentality, maybe counseling, maybe therapy to start with. You have to be responsible for you and what is happening in your world. Imagine you're a magnet. I don't know how to say magnet in Spanish, but you're a magnet.
Un imán.
Right? And so you are attracting things in your life by what you're thinking. Your thoughts are super powerful. So if you're going to constantly think, oh, life is bad, you know, I'm so fat, I'm so ugly, no one likes me, nothing goes right in my life, oh, blue, you know, you're just negative and negative and negative, guess what you're going to see? What are you going to attract? More negativity, right? Mm-hmm. Like attracts like. But with happiness, I teach everyone that happiness is a choice that you have to make every single day, every single moment, until it becomes a habit. There are good habits and there are bad habits. People have the habit of cigarette smoking, of drinking, and they drink every day, it becomes a habit. Subconsciously, in our brain, we already know how to get up in the morning, we brush our teeth, we eat the same breakfast, we go in our car, we get to work, and sometimes we're like, oh, how did I get here? You know, we're not even present. Because we're driving and we're thinking about other things, and suddenly, oh, okay, I'm at work already. But the secret to enlightenment is living in the here and now. What am I thinking now? I teach my clients, what are you thinking now? Are the thoughts that you're thinking, do they serve you? Are they positive? Are they based on your past? Are they based on your future? Are you worrying all the time? Because your thoughts will attract things to you. So when you start to understand thoughts, what are thoughts? Pictures and words. Pictures and words create your thought. So as you think, then you're going to feel. Based on that, you're going to feel. As you feel, then you're going to do. Based on your feeling, you're going to do. As you do, so you're going to attract. So it's a really important mantra. As I think, so I feel. As I feel, so I do. As I do, so I have. Your thoughts create what's in your world. So when it comes to happiness, you have to make the effort to say, today, I'm going to choose to be happier. Today, it's going to be different. Today, even if someone shouts at me, even someone's having a bad day, it's not about me, it's the other person.
Ahorita estaba explicando una forma cómo fluye la energía dentro de nosotros. Y bueno, estrategia que nos comparte de la manera que pienso,
As I think,
la manera que siento,
so I feel.
desde la manera que me siento.
As I feel,
De la manera que me siento,
De la manera
so
que
I do.
es
Es
la
lo que-
manera que
That's what I'm doing.
actúo. Ajá, que
And when I do something,
cuando actúo,
that's what I receive.
eso es lo que atraigo. Entonces, otra vez, mi gente,
Mm.
como yo pienso, yo
Lo
siento. Yo lo siento. De la manera que yo siento, actúo. Y de la manera que yo actúo, recibo. Tome nota. Tome nota.
Muy importante.
Very important. Very important.
You were saying something in the beginning of how you start the day. Ella estaba diciéndome al inicio, fuera del aire, estaba explicándome una forma de cómo manejar al día, de, digamos, qué podemos hacer nosotros, porque pues sabemos que el día no puede ser perfecto, pero volvemos a lo mismo, cómo lo quiero ver yo, cómo me quiero sentir, cómo estoy pensando, cómo lo estoy sintiendo. Entonces, ¿qué podemos hacer en la mañana que vamos a empezar el día? Dina, how can we start the day?
Yes, so there's so many different ways. If you read leadership training, they always tell you to have a great daily routine. And some people wake up at 5:30 and they're going to the gym, and then they're meditating, then they're eating a healthy breakfast. But reality is, sometimes you're a busy mother. You don't have the time to wake up early because you're waking up early to take care of your children, or you've got so much going on. So I tell people, keep it really simple. Before you get out of your bed, you know you're just waking up, sit up in your bed, breathe, say thank you. Whatever you believe in, whatever God you believe in, universe, thank you. Today I choose to have an amazing day. And you can also just close your eyes. You can imagine a beautiful bubble, right?
Una burbuja. Ujú.
And you put your children, your husband, if you're having an interview, if you're going to have a meeting with someone, you put all your energy, you look at that bubble, you fill it full of light, and you see everything being perfect, and you just release that bubble, and you surrender. Simple. It doesn't take more than 2 or 3 minutes. You say, I'm choosing to have a great day. That way, if I tell people, like, you could go to McDonald's, right? And order a coffee. You have $100 bill. You give it to the server. The server's like, who has change? It's early in the morning. I don't have change. They give you the coffee. They're grumpy, right?
Mhm.
And so they give you the coffee, and you're just like, what the heck? Why are you being so rude? You take your coffee, you get in your car, you put your coffee, you're driving, the coffee spills on you. You burn yourself, your clothes are ruined, you go to the office, or even if you're at home, your day is messed up, you go to the office, then you tell your colleague or your secretary or something like, oh my God, you get mad at them, they get upset, and then what have you created? You're creating a ripple of negativity, right? Based on one incident of someone's behavior. Here's another scenario. You say, thank you, God. It's an amazing day. Today I'm choosing to be happy, sending good energy. You go, same situation. Person is rude to you. You take the cup of coffee and you think, poor guy. Maybe he had a fight with his wife. Maybe he's having a problem. Bless you. Thank you for my coffee. You leave it
So
there.
the magic word is, I choose to be happy.
I choose.
Choose.
You have to
Mhm.
choose it. So you take that coffee. Now you're smiling. You take the coffee. You're in your car. Your favorite song comes on. You're like, do. You get all green lights. You're going to work. Your secretary tells you great news. And then the energy, you're sharing the energy of good energy, right?
Mhm.
Not negative energy.
I'm gonna make a pause on that because I do want to translate what you're saying. It's very important for people to understand how different scenarios can affect your life, and you choose, again, the magic word is how you said it, Erica. Vamos a hablar acerca de lo que está hablando ella. Le pedí que nos tomáramos una pausa para poder explicar lo que está expresando ella, Y Erika dijo precisamente la palabra mágica dentro de todas estas situaciones. A veces nos toca interferir con personas o interactuar con personas al inicio de nuestra mañana. Mi pregunta fue, ¿verdad? ¿Qué podíamos hacer para iniciar nuestro día? Pero vamos a ser conscientes. Sabemos que el día no depende de nosotros, que estamos conviviendo con la demás gente. ¿Qué pasa? Vamos al McDonald's porque probablemente no tuviste chance de hacerte el café en casa, pasas a comprar uno y pues tú pagas con un billete de 100. ¿Qué pasa? Que el cajero dice, ¿sabes qué? Porque tan temprano traes un billete de 100 y empieza, ¿verdad? Él con su actitud molesta, con su actitud, digamos, a lo mejor mala mañana para él. Pero si la persona decide aceptar esa negatividad de parte de esa persona, no, pues te enojas tú, ya vienes con una actitud negativa, entras a tu coche, ¿qué pasa? Puedes tumbar tu café encima, ya empiezas como diríamos, echar madres, porque eso es la realidad, empezamos we cuss out. So, ¿qué es lo que podemos hacer? Está esta persona que ya aceptó lo que esta persona estaba aventando hacia, en este caso, el cajero estaba molesto, acepta ella la molestia, esta persona acepta la energía de esta persona, de este cajero. La deja entrar. Deja que le afecte lo que dijo esta persona. La otra situación o el otro escenario es, vamos a hacer la misma situación, pero en esta ocasión no decido que entre en mi vida, no decido que la persona el cajero que está molesto porque le pagamos con un billete de 100, ¿sabes qué? Pobre, déjalo, probablemente tuvo un pleito en casa, probablemente no tuvo una noche buena, entonces que ya soltamos esa negatividad de parte, no la hacemos nuestra, no hacemos de que, estás enojado, ya me arruinaste el día por culpa de tuya, ya no estoy bien. Entonces es muy importante aquí el decidir. Todos tenemos situaciones difíciles en nuestras vidas día con día, pero nosotros decidimos el ser feliz, el aceptar ver las cosas con una mejor manera de verlas, algo positivo. Como diríamos, en México acostumbramos a ese programa del Chavo del Ocho. ¿No te acuerdas cuando decían, véanlo por el lado amable?
Sí.
They used to have a Mexican saying a TV program, yeah, a TV show, and it used to say, it's very iconic in Mexico, and we would hear the little kid always saying, oh no, just choose to see it the opposite way, the positive way. They would always, and we grew up with that, but we tend not to look at it that way. Now, yo tengo una pregunta para Dina. En este caso, ¿qué es tu opinión al respecto? Porque yo creo que hiciste un comentario ahorita de estas personas cuando nosotros decidimos, ¿sabes qué? Subirle a la radio, a escuchar música y empezamos a cantar, a dejar que nuestra energía fluya. What is your thought about the music that we choose to listen? Because nowadays you can see, now there's Bad Bunny, there's Karol G, there's all these, which one was it, the 69 girl, I don't know, there was I don't know, Jenny 69, that it was all
reggaeton.
There were some of them that all you feel is like, once I hear that song, it's like it makes me feel sad. So what is your point of view as far as this?
So sound is really important. That's why you have people chanting Om, or people going to church and saying prayer. You know, the Latin church, and they doing the chanting time. Sound makes our body feel a certain way. If we understand that we are energy,
Yes.
right? We are made up of energy. If you go down to the smallest molecule, your atom, your proton, your neutron, we're all energy. And everything around us is energy vibrating at a different frequency. So music is frequency. When you hear certain music, it can lift your soul. It can be a memory of a great song. It doesn't have to be like just opera music or something, or like spiritual, hymns or anything. It can be like your favorite song from the 80s, and you hear it and it just makes you feel good. There is some music, my boyfriend, he likes to listen to gangster rap. He'll play it in the car and I'm like, yuck, 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 turn it off, because it's like really angry. And I feel that music, so I'm like, I don't want to listen to it because it messes with my energy. So music is a way to shift your mood. I tell people, so 2 years ago when COVID started, I held 45 days straight a Facebook dance party. Every evening at 8 o'clock, I would go live, play some music, and dance. Usually by myself. Sometimes my boyfriend would come. If my boyfriend would dance with me, I get more likes and people going, yeah. But 45 days straight, just dancing. What I knew is when we dance, we're not thinking about our problems. This was right at the beginning of COVID when no one knew what was going on. It was scary. I understood the science behind it. I told people, just listen to them. Some people, every day they would check in. They were like, Dina, we're in bed and we're watching you dance. And I'm like, okay. Some people would dance with me. But it was like you're changing your focus, right? All day long, news. Okay, 8 o'clock, dance party. I'm changing my focus. We're listening to music that makes us feel good. We're moving our body. Our body needs movement. It's called physiology, right? So when we move our body, imagine, just do this with me. You're sitting like this, and you're all scrunched up your shoulders, and you're feeling, how does that feel from, you feel more open, free.
Yeah.
So when you're stressed out, you're sitting at your desk, you're stressed out, you're having a bad day, stop. Move your body. There's a very top neuropsychologist. His name is Joseph McClendon III. He's known as Mr. Attitude. He says to shake your ass. And he says there's like something in this area, when you shake your ass, obviously you can't think about anything that you were already stressing about, right? If you stop, take a deep breath, put a smile on your face, even if you fake it. So with laughter therapy, they say, and it works in anything in the world, your brain does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. That's why the children, they have such great imaginations. Walt Disney created Disneyland in his imagination. Everything that we see was once created here, right? Mm-hmm. So your brain does not know the difference. So even if you put a smile on your face for 30 seconds, you try it, your brain releases chemicals. These are like oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins. These are your happy hormones. So suddenly you get flushed with these and you suddenly feel good.
Ella está hablando acerca de una forma de terapia que podemos practicar también. Dice, podemos durar 30 segundos perdido mantener, por eso si me veían media loca, era ahorita que estábamos tratando de sonreír 30 segundos. Porque eso hace, el cerebro era lo que explicaba, y no es la primera vez que yo escucho esta por parte de terapeutas, hablando acerca que el cerebro realmente no define entre lo que es una realidad y lo que es una imaginación. Todas las cosas realmente entran por la cabeza, ¿verdad? Nosotros imaginamos. Por eso es muy común que nosotros decimos en los niños, ay, es una imaginación, ellos están imaginando, tienen una creatividad. Y a veces nos dicen, ¿por qué no somos como niños? ¿Por qué dejamos de ser niños y todo lo observamos como... ellos no saben lo que es real y lo que es ficticio en el cerebro, ¿verdad? Entonces es muy importante que nosotros mismos, hasta para terapia, para cuando traes un enojo, un coraje, quieres defenderte, ves al espejo o hablas como si estuvieras diciéndole a la persona que te hizo daño, a la persona que te... sacas ese coraje, porque es como si le estuvieras diciendo al cerebro, ya lo sacaste. Lo mismo pasa con la felicidad. Si tú en el espejo te ves y te sonríes, hasta hecho mi hija lo hace. Cuando estábamos niñas, yo recuerdo eso, que me veía mucho en el espejo, no sé si tú lo hacías, Erika, de niña, me veía en el espejo y me sonreía y o sea, veía una actitud diferente. Ahora me veo en el espejo y hasta no sé si dan cuenta de selfies.
Yo lo empecé a practicar en la actuación.
Okay.
En la actuación empecé a practicar todo eso.
Bueno, por ejemplo, nosotros que no, yo en la verdad no lo había practicado, pero sí, yo he tenido ya ahora, hace 2 años y medio desde que tuve la cirugía, opté por una forma de ver la vida más optimista. Yo decido sentirme feliz y el mundo no es como quisiéramos, pero yo quiero ser feliz, yo quiero verlo feliz. Y en este caso, reírme con las, digamos, estupideces, a ver, voy a hacer el ridículo, no importa, eches el ridículo. Ella mencionaba que durante el COVID hizo una estrategia para tanto ayudar a sus amigos, a sus familias cercanas, hizo como un taller, ¿no? Un taller de 45 días, un reto de 45 días.
¿De bailar?
De bailar. Y aprendía a las 8 de la noche. Su novio baile y baile a las 8 de las noches. Entonces, ¿qué hace? El cerebro, de alguna manera, la gente que lo veía, se iba en vivo. Ella ahorita nos va a compartir sus redes sociales para que usted, si la quiere seguir y quiere optar esa estrategia de ser feliz, porque decidimos ser feliz el día de hoy. Así que ella estaba compartiendo con sus amigos estos en vivos. Pues ella iba y baile. ¿Para qué? Para que de alguna manera ya era demasiadas noticias durante el día. Recuerdo que nos bombardeaban las redes sociales también. Era de que está pasando esto y que China esto y que ya está en Brasil esto y que en México esto y que estamos en luz rojo. Entonces era tanto el problema del COVID que ella decidió, ¿sabes qué? Vamos a hacer otra cosa diferente. Vamos a hacer el dance party.
También Dina menciona mucho esto de bailar, porque menciona Dina que cuando bailas tu cuerpo, o sea, se libera y ni siquiera estás pensando en todo lo malo, o sea, estás completamente disfrutando los movimientos y tu cuerpo está relajado, ¿right?
Y explicó también acerca de las hormonas. Recordemos que también nosotros somos químicos, somos energía química, hablando científicamente. Entonces, ¿qué es lo que está pasando? Que nosotros, el cerebro, sí tenemos esas hormonas en el cerebro que al momento de bailar, no sé si les pasa cuando empezamos a hacer, no sé, alguna tontería, que nos reímos, jugamos, hacemos bromas. Nosotros soltamos estas hormonas de felicidad, que hay muchísimas que nos mencionó Dina ahorita, pero pues para traducirlo mejor, vaya y busque hormonas para que vea que no le estamos choreando aquí, mi gente. Vaya a Google, busque hormonas de la felicidad y pueden estar nombradas allí y qué significa cada una de ellas. Entonces, al momento que uno sonríe, esa terapia de sonreír, que ahorita nos va a compartir también, nos va a ayudar a ver cómo podemos hacerle nosotros. Pero nosotros soltamos estas hormonas hacia nuestro cuerpo, dentro del baile, dentro del reír. Y bueno, con respecto a las redes sociales, Dina, I do want you to share with us your Facebook page, Instagram, if you have TikTok, whatever you have, for them to follow you.
Absolutely. On Instagram, you can follow me you can look for my name, Dina Sabnani, and I'm sure you can put something on the video so they can follow. It's Body, Mind, Spirit, Healer. Facebook, I'm Dina Sabnani. I do have a TikTok. I haven't been focusing on it as much. But yeah, what's really important is to realize that being alive is such a blessing. I was telling Mary earlier that you could have been given birth as a cockroach, right? We are human. We are alive. Yes, everybody, every single one of us here goes through bad times. People ask me, Dina, are you joyful all the time? No. I have bad days. I get mad while I'm driving. I can be sad. I lost my dad. Many years ago, I was holding his hand while he died. I had issues with my skin, my whole body when I was younger, and it was all about your self-esteem. I could have been suicidal. No one's going to love me. No one's going to like me. oh God, relationship problems, you know, I picked the worst guys, and even issues with my mother. But doing the work and knowing that I get to choose makes a difference. I'm not saying just be happy all the time. We can be sad. We can be angry. We can be, you know, hurt. But when we accept, acknowledge, and appreciate all our emotions, we are giving them permission. It's like your children. They want to be accepted. They want to be like, hey, you're doing a good job. They want to be acknowledged. I see you.
Yes.
And they want to be appreciated, right? So our emotions, it's like the Disney cartoon, Inside Out. Should watch it. It's understanding we are humans having a spiritual experience. No, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. This is a game. We put on a human suit, but if we take out the suit, all of us, we speak different languages, we look different, we eat different food, but our insides are these souls. Is this energy? Is this light? Is this essence of love? And when we can see each other and see each other's heart, and we can bow, that's namaste. You know, you see everyone says namaste. It's, I see your soul. I don't see what you look like, but I see that your soul and my soul are the same. And so you're respecting each other. And when you say, every day I'm choosing to be thankful, I'm choosing to be happy, then it becomes a habit. Now, automatically my default is joy, right? And you can get there. Everyone's going to have bad times. Everyone's going to go through illness, relationship issues, financial stress. I've gone through it all. All. And yet I choose to put a smile on my face. I choose to share my good energy with people. When I feel bad, I'm not out and being social. I'm not sharing, oh, I feel bad, I feel ugly, and sharing that energy. I take my time. I maybe take a bath. I go walk in nature. I'll listen to music. I'll dance. I'll change my energy. I'll change my thoughts. I'll move my body. So then our focus is different. And that's the secret. When you can change your thoughts, when you can change your words, and when you can change your body movement, because it makes a difference. We're like this all the time, to moving. That's why he said to shake that ass, right? I tell, when I do presentations or workshops, I say, Siri, set an alarm every hour, remind me to smile and shake my ass. If you do that, you know you have to stop. So if you're thinking about something, you stop, you smile, you breathe, you shake a little bit, you're changing your energy. Simple things. It doesn't have to be complicated. Simple, easy.
That's true. That sometimes I used to do that when I'm alone in my house. I'm just, sometimes I feel like today I don't want to do anything. I'm just off.
Yeah.
But then I say, no, why? And then, okay, first I put the radio, music that I like, and then first I don't want to, and then, oh yeah, I like that song. And then slow, and then I forget everything, like, and my bad feelings just gone.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I used to do.
Yeah, it can shift. And it's okay if it doesn't shift. It's okay to, I'm going to feel sad today. I'm going to go get ice cream. I'm going to sit. I'm going to listen to the sad songs, because our tears are also very healing. Sometimes we're holding on to so much from the world. We pick up other people's energy, and so crying is a release. And it allows us to go, you have one good cry session, you go to sleep. Next morning, it's a different day, right? So it's okay. If you're not able to shift that energy right away, it's okay.
Ella ha mencionado durante el tiempo que ha estado con nosotros, tanto fuera del aire como ahorita, que está expresando que está bien, es válido sentirnos a veces enojados, es válido rayarle la madre a alguien en el carro porque se te atravesó, por X, Y razón. Estamos vivos y esa es una de las bendiciones que podemos nosotros compartir, decir, yo recibo esa bendición, porque pudimos haber nacido de cualquier otra manera o simplemente no estar vivos. Y ahorita sabemos que hay muchas personas tomando esa batalla que a lo mejor no saben si el día de mañana está comprado. Más bien, no, nadie de nosotros sabemos si tenemos el día comprado o el día de mañana comprado. Entonces es muy importante aceptar cada una de nuestras emociones. Recomendaba o platicábamos acerca de la película, de una caricatura muy conocida que era Inside Out, donde salían las 5 emociones de nosotros como seres humanos y expresaban cada uno de su etapa. La felicidad, el llanto, el enojo, la ira. Entonces, ¿qué pasa? La vida, podemos quedarnos, son etapas. Yo le mencionaba a ella que siento que en lo personal yo opto ahorita por la vida como que son temporadas. Nosotros en el año tenemos nuestra primavera, todo vuelve a renacer, a florecer. Tenemos también nuestro verano, donde todo es caliente, baile, como le llamamos, el verano rico. Luego viene el otoño, donde empiezan a caer las hojas a caer. Y viene el invierno, donde todo está frío. ¿Qué podemos hacer? Es aceptar cada una de ellas conforme se nos viene, como nos lo manda, a quien usted quiera creerle. Yo decido creer. Dios, ¿sabes qué, Dios? Gracias por esta oportunidad, que me das. Probablemente no es lo que yo quisiera, pero sé que pasará. No podemos hay una frase, hasta bíblicamente hablando, que todo esto pasará. Y es cierto, en la vida todo pasa. Nada se queda en un estanque. Todo vuelve a salir. Y bueno, yo sé que hay mucho por lo cual queremos compartir con ella. We certainly want a lot more from you, but we would like to, I know we have a little bit of time left, but what I want to do is that therapy that you mentioned. Ella nos estaba platicando que ella ha trabajado también para otras ciudades también, donde ha compartido terapias de la risa. Entonces quisiera que ella nos expresara cómo podemos hacer esta terapia de la risa que nosotros podemos aplicar. Ya nos ha dicho varias. Y si usted ha puesto, porque estamos haciendo el mayor esfuerzo de compartirlo en español, traducir. Yo absorbo todo, pero me aviento unos 20% para allá con usted, no se crea. Así que puedo compartir lo más importante con ustedes por eso les recomendamos que sigan las redes sociales. Y sí, afirmo, vamos a hacer el comentario de las redes sociales de ella para que usted luego le dé like a la página, siga el link completamente de su página. Y con eso, que no se me olvide tampoco ahorita, no se le olvide que estamos siendo patrocinados por Agua del Valle. Y si usted no le ha dado like, parece que también es importante el tomar el agua alcalina. Si usted quiere agua alcalina en su hogar, ya sabe dónde conseguirla, con la señora Lulú de los Reyes, Agua del Valle, Agua del Valle. Y pues también le mandamos un saludo a Esmeralda Vázquez, que es una diseñadora de imagen. Acuérdense que ella es la que nos va aquí a atender bien monas. Y también Denise Barrera, que es diseñadora de uñas. Entonces, así que ya saben dónde encontrarlas. Pero bueno, vamos a terminar esta entrevista con Dina de una manera para que usted haga lo mismo, de una manera feliz, riéndose de la vida, riéndose de los problemas que se nos viene día con día, ¿verdad? Que si la lavadora no quiso jalar el día de hoy, pues ni modo, hay que reírse de ello. Así que mejor. Si le rayan la madre ya que le sacaron el dedo en el tráfico, también hay que reírse de eso.
Exacto, porque todo pasa.
¿Sí?
Y uno es el que decide si lo lleva consigo o lo suelta, como dice Tina.
Sí.
We choose.
Hablo mucho. Pero, okay, Dina, let's see, how can we do this? Like the therapy, the laughter therapy.
We can do it sitting down. People can do it sitting down, and it's called laughter yoga, and it was formed 27 years ago by an Indian doctor who discovered that there's so many benefits to laughing, right? And it doesn't matter if the laughter is real or if we're like, ha 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 ha, we're faking it. Because when you're in a group of people, they used to do this in a park with a group of people. And so you're looking at each other and everyone's like, ha 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 ha. And you're like, this is weird. And then you look at someone and you start laughing. So the laughter becomes real. They say if you laugh for 15 minutes from your belly, it's like 300 sit-ups.
Oh, yes.
Because when you're laughing, remember when you're a child and you're laughing and you're like, what? Stop, I can't breathe. Oh, you know? Because your belly is like, your abs are contracting. Mm-hmm. And so you've had people say laughter is the best medicine. And it's true. So that theory I told you, not the theory, that the brain doesn't know the difference between what is real and imagined. So when you are laughing, and why yoga is because you're breathing. Most of the times, life can be changed by breathing better, by sleeping better, and by eating better. Literally, those are the things that matter the most. But we forget to breathe. Most of us, we breathe on the surface, and we're breathing from here. We're not breathing from here in our bellies. And so with laughter therapy, laughter yoga, I literally did 5 sessions for the city of Edinburgh last week for all their employees. Firemen, police people, city employees, maintenance, everyone. And it's amazing to see how hard it is for people to act like a child, for people just to laugh for no reason. So what we're going to do is just 3 really quick exercises that I do with people.
Perfect.
And it might be silly, but play along. So first we want to take a deep breath in. And when we breathe in, we're breathing in from our nose.
Let me explain it to them.
Go ahead.
Remember? Espérese,
Control.
El roaming me entró. No. Fíjense, vamos a hacer un ejemplo. Ella nos está explicando, recordando, nos explicó que el cerebro no capta la diferencia, sino identifica si lo que es real y lo que es ficticio. Entonces vamos a reírnos. Probablemente usted no tenga ganas de reírse el día de hoy. Anda con una cara que no. ¿Sabes qué? Vamos a intentar hacerlo, aunque sea ficticio, porque recordemos que el cerebro no identifica. Entonces vamos a reírnos hipócritamente, hablándole así, de esa manera. Vamos a reírnos de esa manera, reírnos y vamos a seguir lo que ella nos esté explicando. Nosotros también tenemos la maña de no respirar desde nuestras agallas, desde nuestro estómago. Lo hacemos superficialmente y son hábitos que acostumbramos nosotros que a realmente no enfocarnos, que es el hábito, el hábito del buen alimento, del buen dormir, del el respirar normal, el tomar, todo queremos acelerado. Así que es importante tomar estas 3 técnicas que Dina nos está expresando. A ver, primero que nada, vamos
We're going to sit. We're going to breathe in through our nose, and make sure when you breathe, put your hand on your belly.
Cuando respiremos, vamos a respirar y vamos a poner nuestras manos en el estómago, aquí.
So when you breathe in, you want to feel your hands come out. So you're breathing into your stomach. It doesn't matter if your panza looks fat. It's okay. We're not judging. But take a deep breath in. See, now you're breathing here. Your shoulders just went up like this. You didn't breathe into your belly. Okay. So relax your shoulders. And that's really important. People don't even know how to breathe through your diaphragm. This is where your breath comes in, your diaphragm. So relax your shoulders. And breathe in. Again, you're raising your shoulders, but you want to breathe in your belly. And then you'll see the difference. And it's amazing. You'll see on video, the first time you did it, you went,
I did the same.
And you're breathing here.
Sí, la primera vez ella me dice que lo estoy haciendo mal. ¿Por qué? Porque lo estoy haciendo con el pecho, porque levanto los hombros. Entonces, al momento, yo, ¿sabes qué me acordé? Ahora que he ido varias veces al doctor, cada rato me ponen para que escuchar el corazón. Bueno, me dicen, respira. Entonces, hay que respirar al momento de sentir que el estómago está moviéndose. ¿Recuerdas cuando había un comediante mexicano que decía, pregúntame? Bueno, ¿se acuerdan que movía el estómago? Bueno, de esta manera, así mismo, soltemos moviendo el estómago. Como que usted le está entrando aire como el pescadito inflándolo o el globo inflándolo, la pancita inflándolo.
Exactly.
This is totally different.
Yes.
Sí, muchos de nosotros no sabemos cómo respirar de esta manera.
And even if you do that for 1 minute in your day, if you're feeling stressed, 1 minute of just belly breathing, it
Pero-
just brings your body into regulation.
Por ejemplo, si usted se siente estresada, aunque lo haga un solo minuto, dice Dina, que es importante hacerlo, aunque sea ese minuto, va a sentir usted la forma, como yo creo que como sus músculos, cuando uno está estresado, con miedo, los músculos los contrae,
Tensas.
los pone tensos. Luego luego dice, ay, es que me duele el cuello, es que esto. ¿Por qué? Porque trae toda esa presión. Al momento de respirar, que hacemos estos ejercicios, aunque sea un minuto, ella recomienda 3. Pero si por un minuto fuera, lo puede hacer y cambiará como usted se sienta. Si lo hacemos diariamente, un minuto, es el hábito que le decíamos, hacemos el hábito. Ya hemos hablado de las terapias faciales, de nosotros mismos tocarnos y de relajar esos músculos. Ahorita estamos aprendiendo todo para la salud mental de usted. Continuemos.
Okay.
Mucha de bueno.
Beautiful. So let's just stretch our body. We're in our chairs so we can stretch. This is also good for seniors who maybe aren't able to get up. So we're just stretching. If we were standing, we would be moving our body, touching our toes. So let's just, and you go down, and then when you come up, you take a deep breath. And exhale. Go down. One more time, take a deep breath. And now when you exhale, you're going to laugh. One more time. And it feels silly.
No, but you know what? I think laughter is contagious. Siento que
Yes.
la risa es contagiosa. Yo me río una sola vez y me agarra carcajadas, de verdad.
And that's what the whole basis is. You're faking your laugh initially, but when you're doing it in a group, you're looking at someone else laughing and they're laughing, and laughter is contagious. And then
Yes.
everyone starts laughing for real. And when you're laughing, you're breathing. When you're laughing, you're not thinking about stress, right? So laughter is so important. It's so important. And bringing out your inner child. Learning how to play. When you look at your children, they seem like they have no care in the world and they can skip and dance and play and be silly. But we grow up and we're like, oh,
So straight.
so strict. So another thing we do is we chant. And what we're going to do, our hands have nerve endings, right? All the nerve endings relate to your whole body. So we're going to clap, but we're going to clap and chant. And I'm going to show you, and then you follow me. We're going to go ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 Yay! And doing that is just allowing, you can feel your hands
Yeah.
tingling because you're clapping. This means you're alive. Your blood is starting to circulate. Again, there's a lot of science behind the
Yeah,
work.
Dina,
I feel like
I-
a relief,
when-
something like
when we were doing the clapping, the yay at the end, I felt a little tingling right here,
Yeah.
the nerve system. Le digo yo a Dina que yo ahorita que estamos con los aplausos y al último el gritar el yay, empecé a sentir como así un hormigueo de voladita aquí en la parte trasera de mi cerebro, y yo creo que lo mismo tensa del día que anduve, creo yo que ya pude, me siento más ligera, sí, ayuda, y creo que son cosas tan insignificantes que podemos hasta trabajar yo en lo personal con mis hijos, porque a veces como desgraciadamente ellos acarrean con todo mi estrés también. Creo que podemos hacer estos pequeños ejercicios, sentarlos como familia y poderlos Y yo estoy segura que los niños, el reírse, oye, a los niños, ríete, empecemos a esa energía, como lo decía Dina. I was telling them like how we can express, like with the family, we can do those habits to our kids.
Yes, it's so important. I tell people, have dance parties with your children, even if it's one song. Just skip around the house, run around the sofa, and everyone's dancing and cheering, and you're going, yay! It changes the energy. You're connecting with your children, you're looking at them, you're cheering, and it shifts the dynamic. If you do that with your family every day, maybe after dinner, okay, it's the after dinner dance, right? We do it every single day. It could be one song. You put on, because I'm happy, and you dance. Can you imagine how that makes the energy in the house feel?
Yeah.
And you don't need a reason to laugh. Most people think they need to hear a funny joke or watch something funny. You don't need that reason, right? If you start to use laughter therapy, every morning if you wake up in just 1 minute, and you do this in a mirror, you'll change your day. Because like I said, you're releasing happy hormones. You're breathing by laughing, because to laugh, you have to you have to breathe deeply, right? So what we're going to do next is we're going to do what's known as cell phone laughter. We're going to take out a cell phone from our pocket. We're going to pretend. And we're going to pretend that someone told us the funniest thing. And we're just going to laugh in the phone, okay? So on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Of laughter that we can do. Another good one is, we go to the dentist and the dentist tells us to floss our teeth because we eat, and all day there's a lot of stuff that's stuck in our teeth. How about we floss our mind? All day long we're thinking, and all day long there's all this rubbish that we get stuck in our mind. So we're going to do a mental floss. How do we do this? We take a piece of floss, wrap it around our finger, pull it out, and then we're going to start flossing our brain while laughing. And this is another chant. Very good, very good, yay! Very good, very good, yay! How many times do you cheer for yourself? So you're like, very good, yay! You're cheering for you. Very good, yay! You're cheering for someone else. Very good, yay! This practice of chanting clears your throat. The sounds make a difference. You're clapping, you're stimulating your acupressure points. Your body is starting to feel good. You're laughing, you're getting a workout. You're reducing stress. When you reduce cortisol, which is the stress hormone, then you're increasing your immune system. What do we need the most of right now? A strong immune system. So just having these little practices, I do this in big groups. Doctors, nurses, this is my purpose on the planet, is to try and change the world one smile at a time. What's the secret? Everyone at the end of their life, what do they want?
Be happy.
To be happy, to be content, to have a roof over their head. You can only sleep in one bed. You can only drive one car, right? At the end of the day, we want to be happy. We have to choose happy. And beyond happy is joy. Because when I ask people, what makes you happy? What makes you happy? anything.
I would say fabrics.
Fabrics.
Mm-hmm.
That's you find pleasure in fabrics. What makes you happy?
I think for a start, a coffee. Drink coffee, like.
Yeah, and that's more the time for yourself in the morning.
Mhm.
You're taking the coffee and it's giving you that time. But see, happiness is based on other things. Joy is gladness for no reason. The sunset, and it's beautiful, and it stirs an emotion. And you're just like, ah. It doesn't need something to make you happy. There are different types of happiness. We can go shopping, retail therapy, right? We go shopping, makes us happy, and then, or you can achieve something, and you achieve that thing, and you're like, yay! And then our brain goes, what's next? It's not enough. What's next? What's next, right? Then there's the type of happiness that comes from a sense of spirituality, a sense of giving back. When you're feeling bad, a secret is trying to do something for someone else. It boosts your happiness score. Writing things that you're thankful for makes you feel better. There's simple things. People tell you all the time, write things that make you grateful. You're like, eh. But when you start that practice and you do it with the family, every morning, okay, 3 things you're grateful for. Today I am grateful for. And at nighttime, today I was grateful for. Simple, it takes 2 minutes. But when you incorporate these simple things in your life, what happens? You change your thoughts. When you change your thoughts, you change the way you feel. Suddenly things don't feel as stressful or heavy or, just ugly, right? When you change your feelings, you do different things. Then you're like skipping to work, or you're more nicer to your partner. You're nicer to your children because you're nicer to yourself. You're like, okay, my thoughts about me are changing. I am a lovely person. I am happier. I am grateful, right? And then when you change your actions, you attract different things in your life. If you're constantly expecting good things to happen, I'm always winning things. Ask Erica, she follows me on Instagram. I'm always winning things. Always. Because I'm like, oh, this would be nice to win. And I enter the competition and suddenly I win. And I'm like, oh, I'm so happy I won. Like, it's because I'm always expecting good things. Most people expect bad things. I'm never lucky. I never win anything. Nothing good ever happens to me. Can you feel the energy? It makes me feel like, right? As I think, so I feel. As I feel, so I do. As I do, so I have. It's the secret, and it's so easy. So easy to change this because, again, the secret to enlightenment is being aware of now. What is happening now? Most people are creating a future based on their past because you're thinking about the past, right? And so whatever you think about, you're creating. So what happens to you in the future, you're creating the same as the past. Or if you're anxious about and you're fearful about the future, then you're not in the present moment, right? But if you're in the here and now, here, anxiety, people who get panic attacks, right? What do they tell you to do? Stop. Take a deep breath. Look around you. Observe. Okay, I'm safe. My feet are here. I can see things around me. Okay, and then you proceed. It's taking those little moments. Right now is okay. Right now I'm safe. The human has, the biggest need for a human being is safety. We need to feel safe. Whatever that means to someone, it could be emotional safety. It could be physical safety. But when we have that need met, we start going up the pyramid. The final part of that pyramid, it's called Maslow's hierarchy of human needs, right? Is self-actualization. When we are aware of the now and what we're creating, if I'm thinking, oh, I'm so stupid, I forgot that. No, Dina, delete. It's okay, I forgot it. That doesn't mean I'm stupid, right? Oh, I forgot it. It's okay, I'm going to remember it. I'm catching what I'm thinking about. Because most people, they don't even know what they're thinking about. We don't know.
nos estaba platicando que realmente llega un punto que nosotros no identificamos realmente las emociones, o sea, podemos tener tantas emociones corriendo sobre nosotros y llega un punto que perdemos la noción de lo que nos está pasando, de lo que estamos viviendo en ese momento, y dejamos que nuestras emociones tomen control. ¿Sí?
Sí, va bien.
Sí, muy bien. Es difícil hay una parte que yo estoy anotando todo lo que nos está compartiendo Dina, y es difícil. Yo no sé la verdad cómo le hacen las personas que traducen, pero es difícil compartir, poner atención en lo que estás diciendo y luego compartirlo de nuevo. Espérate. Traducirlo. Pero sí, yo creo que Dina, it's hard for us to change our way out of those bad habits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to take effort, and that's what's important. That's why when I work with one-on-one with my clients, we're literally doing energy work. We're clearing all the Spanish, the Mexicans like to say ojo. We're clearing the ojo. We're understanding what is true to us, or what have we been programmed with growing up because of our culture, because of our ancestors, because of what our family believes. No one questions the family, because my mother said so, because my grandmother said so. But grandmother's time was very different. This time is different. Maybe what she was doing then made sense at her time. Now it doesn't make sense. The world keeps changing, and we need to take the time, and that's why it's so important to take care of your mental health. If you know you have some blocks, if you know it's hard for you to make that changes, it's because there are things in your past, there's things that you've experienced that have led to some trauma. Maybe they've led to some beliefs about yourself. I'm not good enough. Nobody loves me. I'm not valued. The biggest thing is I'm not enough.
De hecho, ahorita recordando lo que estábamos hablando hace unos minutos, también me hizo este comentario Dina, que a veces nosotros tenemos la maña, volvemos todos los hábitos, a lo mejor porque así fuimos criados, tenemos la tendencia de decir, ay, es que estúpida, o ay, mi pendeja, ¿no? Se dice uno a sí mismo, se echa madres. Pero desgraciadamente es lo que les decía, nos dejamos llevar por nuestras emociones sin tener conciencia de lo que estamos diciendo, ¿ok? Entonces, ¿qué pasa? Ya te estás diciendo así, acuérdense de lo que nosotros pensamos, decimos, sentimos, es lo que vamos a recibir de esa manera. Entonces te preguntas el por qué. Ella platicaba de cómo ella constantemente entra a rifas y siempre gana. ¿Por qué? Porque lo que ella está fluyendo de su cabeza hacia lo que ella siente son gratitudes, felicidades, alegría, todas estas emociones. ¿Qué pasa? Recibe todo lo mismo que ella está reflejando, lo que ella está dando hacia eso. Y a lo mejor era lo que les decía, a lo mejor es difícil nosotros cambiar muchos patrones porque así hemos sido criados. Es normal en una familia latina que la madre siempre tiende a echarle madres a los hijos. Ay, pero, ay, qué ver esto. Yo en lo particular soy bien especial con la forma que yo le hablo a mis hijos. Mi hijo tiende la maña de decir, es que no puedo. Le dije, si sigues diciendo no puedes, no vas a poder. Lo que tú estés pensando, eso se va a convertir. Nuestra forma de cómo hablemos tiene una importancia, esa energía tiene un poder tan grande que no podemos, si tú misma estás viendo, ¿sabes qué? Vas a decirte otra vez otra mala palabra, borremos. Recuerden, pongámoslo de esta manera, como nuestro cerebro es una computadora, hay que borrar esa palabra cada vez, no sé, pongan un vasito con una peseta cada vez que se le digan una mala palabra. ¿Por qué? Porque recuerden que esos son los malos hábitos que estaremos trayendo. Si uno empieza a decir, ay, es que voy a entrar a una rifa, no, es que no voy a ganar, ay, es que no, ya automáticamente estás cargando con toda esa energía. Entonces es muy importante cambiar estos malos hábitos que por la forma que hemos sido creados, porque también la sociocultura que estamos viviendo es normal, porque ahorita ya todo el mundo somos bichotas, ¿no? Hay gente que no quiere ser la bichota. Entonces hay que cambiar esa forma, esa mentalidad que hemos aprendido a hacer desde pequeños. Entonces, y también, sobre todo a nuestros hijos,
Exacto.
compartirles palabras positivas
Y hábitos positivos.
Sí, hábitos positivos. Tú puedes, eres mi campeón, eres súper inteligente, eres la más hermosa, eres la más bonita. ¿Para qué? Para que ellos mismos vayan aceptando esa forma constructiva que les va a llevar una vida mucho más positiva que la que probablemente uno está viviendo, porque pues sí, hemos acarreado malas tradiciones en nuestra vida. Si usted quiere por ser latinos o por lo que sea, pero hemos platicado ahorita con Dina que ella fue criada en otra cultura. Sin embargo, traemos también esos malos hábitos. You were telling me that you were raised in a different, you have a different culture.
Yeah, so I mean, I grew up Indian. It's very similar to the Mexican culture. You know, in our generation, our parents followed their parents, right? And so in order to think they're doing a good job, they're like, oh, you're not good enough, look at the neighbor's kid, or you know, so big deal, you did this, so big deal, you know. And so we were always put down because they thought it would make us rise, right? I was very fortunate. I still experience that, you know. That's why me and my mother were like this, and now our relationship is better because I can't change anyone else. Secret of life, you cannot change anybody, but you can do the work for yourself. So when I started doing my healing work for myself and I was shifting my beliefs, my ideas, I understood what is my responsibility. Then as my energy and my frequency went higher, people around me matched, and people who I had nothing in common with anymore, those friends just disappeared. You know, friends who would just want to go party, drink, blah, blah, blah. Nothing in common anymore. And it wasn't like we fought or anything. It was just gradual. But when you do the work, it's really important, right? I was fortunate to grow up in a very spiritual household. So I'm a Hindu, but we didn't go to the temple. My dad had a guru that we believed in one God, that it didn't matter what you looked like, what clothes you wore, what food you ate, what religion you were, we were all the same. So my religion was love. I grew up at a very early age. I did my first healing course when I was 15 years old. That was 33 years ago. This is not new to me, talking about energy. In my house, you know, my parents used to deal with crystal stones, the rough stones. My mom used to go to Tucson. She was hanging out with the hippies who talked, you know, energy and spirituality and psychics and all the new age stuff. So that's what I grew up around. I was the girl, friends would call me, Dina, send us good energy. We have an interview. I'm like, okay, I'm sending you good energy. I used to live in New York. I was sitting in a bar in New York and I was playing, and you can play this too. When you rub your hands together and you start separating them and you can feel the energy. And I would sit there and I would make energy balls. I'm like, here, catch. And people would be like, this one's a weird girl, you know, because I understood that we are connected to something greater than ourselves, and that life is a blessing, it's a gift. And understanding these things and going through. Some people see me on social media, think, oh, nothing ever went wrong in her life. She's always happy and she's always skipping and dancing. No, I went through a lot of pain and hardship and struggle, you know, physical health issues. Like I said, losing my father, I held his hand. I was 27 years old and he was my best friend. And I learned about death very early on. But for me, death is just you're simply passing on and merging back into the all that is, and it's not scary. And as long as I understand that this body, before I was very connected to spirituality and yes, the creator and God and love and light, but I ignored the body. My family has history of like diabetes and heart disease and high blood pressure, very like the Mexicans, right? So then a couple of years ago, I started to take care of my body. I understood how important taking care and making different choices were for me. I was getting older, and so I learned to make different choices. I promote a nutritional supplement that gets the body into a state of ketosis, and doing that, I was exposed to a lot of great, intelligent minds who talked about how to biohack your body, how to live longer, fasting, not eating when you're only eating when you're hungry, not being mindless when you eat, to take care of it. So then I started working on my body, and it's important. It's body, mind, and spirit, because people work in the gym all the time. They have great bodies. They're marathon runners, and they drop dead of a heart attack at 35. Okay, so it's not just the body, right? So you need to focus on the body, but you have to focus on your mind. People say the word diet. It's not only about the food you eat. It's what are you reading? What are you watching? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Because the people around you either are going to push you higher, or they're going to keep holding you down because they don't want to change. So your diet is all of that. And you have to realize that we are spiritual beings, and when you understand your spirit, you start shifting things. Life, you start evolving, you start seeing things differently. For me, I was lucky. It was much younger. It was what I grew up with. Movies like The Secret, you know, they came out and people were like, oh my God, energy, and we think about things and we can manifest, the word manifest. But it's about your energy too and your beliefs. And so it's all linked up. And so that's why it's so important to do the work. It's not easy. Like you said, hey, Dina, this is hard. It is. But you get to do the work. You don't have to. I choose. Magic word. I choose to do this work because I want to be a better version of myself. When I'm a better version, people around me.
De hecho, estaba mencionando también que así como hemos visto caer atletas que están en perfectas condiciones supuestamente físicas, ¿qué es lo que nosotros creemos que ya con que está físicamente está bien, ya come bien, hace ejercicio, ya con eso es suficiente para estar bien? Nos hemos dado cuenta, y es cierto, en el COVID muchos casos salieron a relucir de que eran coaches, que eran esto, eran el otro, atletas que murieron. ¿Por qué? Porque no es nada más es físicamente, sino mentalmente. Entonces, las dietas a veces las hacemos para no comer ciertas comidas, hasta a veces dietas porque, no sé, la gastritis, la úlcera en el estómago, no sé, la colitis, ya uno trae la idea de la dieta y hacemos como, rechazamos ciertas cosas. ¿Para qué? Para protegernos nosotros físicamente, por la salud. Pero también está el aspecto mental. Entonces, de las energías que nos están a nuestro alrededor, ¿qué podemos hacer? Obviamente, ponernos en dieta de esa misma manera. ¿Qué es lo que estamos leyendo? ¿Qué estoy metiendo en mis oídos? La música que estoy escuchando, la vecina, ¿qué es lo que me está diciendo la vecina? Se está quejando de la vida, que yo estoy absorbiendo todo eso. Entonces hay que tener conciencia de probablemente también hacer dieta mentalmente de las emociones que nos... Espiritualmente hablando, exacto. Y bueno, Dina, no quisiera terminar esta entrevista. Hay muchísimo más que me gustaría el día de mañana que volvieras aquí con nosotros. Hemos tenido, de hecho, psicólogas, tenido también terapeutas sexuales, hemos tenido gente que nos ha impartido diferentes técnicas, y como no podemos cubrirlo todo en una sola entrevista, hay mucho más que aprender, y lo que queremos, nuestro propósito aquí dentro de La Cereza es darle un contenido a usted positivo, que le deje una huella en su corazoncito, ahí en su día a día, que se acuerde que está pasando una situación y se acuerde de que, La Cereza, los de La Cereza dijeron esto, o ellos van a traer esta persona, esta psicóloga, esta terapeuta, esta coach de la risa, qué mejor el día de mañana volvamos a tener aquí a Dina con nosotros. I would love to have you back again, sharing with more things, because like I said, our purpose here in La Cereza is to bring joy to the people out there, and then maybe they have encountered, you know, challenges in life, and we want at least in that challenge they can think about, maybe La Cereza brought something to our lives.
Absolutely. I would love to come back. I mean, like I told you ladies before we started, I can talk. It's like a joy to me to share my knowledge, because if I just keep it in my head, no one else benefits, right? I might become a better version, but I want to live in a world that is full of people that are at least starting to wake up and understanding that we are energy, that we can change, we can create a life of our dreams by changing our thoughts, changing our energy, changing the people we hang around with. So it would be a pleasure for me to come back and chat with you ladies. And if anyone has questions, you know, when this goes live, they can ask the questions. Maybe next time we can answer some questions, or ladies can send it to me, and I can definitely, from whatever wisdom I share, you know, I might look really young, but this year I turned 49.
You don't look at all.
No.
I was thinking maybe you were like 30-some.
Yeah, most people think I'm much younger, but there's a lot of wisdom and life experience that comes from it. And I've trained around the world. I was born in the Philippines, raised in Hong Kong, lived in LA, New York, San Francisco, and Dubai. I've been to over 26 countries, so I understand people. I'm like a human connector. I love being a cheerleader. Yes, you can do it. Yes, let's get better. Yes, even if it's a little thing. You know, even when I did the dance party for 45 days, I had people from different parts of the world. Dina, thank you. I needed that to start my day, or I needed that because it made me not think about all that is going on in this world. It changed my energy. Thank you.
Well, with this, let's. I don't want to leave with you repeating your Facebook, because I do believe you're a person to follow, to bring something on our plate.
Yes.
Yo de verdad creo que usted debe de seguir a esta mujer. ¿Por qué? Por todo lo que ella puede aportar en nuestro día a día. Ahora, no podemos decir, es porque yo no le entiendo el inglés, porque X, Y, Z. ¿Sabe qué? Hay muchas maneras de cómo absorber lo que ella está hablando, lo que está platicando, y poderlo traducir. Ya tenemos tantos recursos en nuestras manos, así que así a veces probablemente yo creo que el amor no es ni siquiera un lenguaje, en realidad no es ni español, inglés o francés. El lenguaje, el amor es universal, y yo creo que es la única manera. Gracias por todo, nos ha compartido lo que nos ha traído, y sobre todo las experiencias de todas esas ciudades, de esos países donde ella ha podido absorber de cada una de las culturas. Ella mencionado muchísimo. Es difícil poder traducir todo, pero de verdad estaremos compartiendo más adelante. We will share your page on our page.
Yep.
Para que usted pueda directamente, vamos a compartir la página. Obviamente este programa ha sido pregrabado, pero eso no importa. Si tiene alguna pregunta, alguna duda que quiere que nosotros, o es más, si usted quiere decírselo a Dina, no hay ningún problema. Vaya a la página, denle like, y de ahí empiece a sacar contenido positivo para su vida. Así que ya sabe dónde lo encontró, aquí en La Cereza. Pues muchísimas gracias, Dina. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was an honor having you in here.
Oh.
Yes.
And we would love to have you again.
Absolutely, and thank you everyone for watching and listening. I hope I was clear and that you were able to understand me. Poquito, poquito, you know, you guys did a great job translating. And I'm really quite surprised that I understood a lot of what you were saying, even though I really don't know Spanish that well. So it's just, you know, the energy, and you understand. And I loved what you said, that love is universal. You don't need to speak a certain language. You can feel the energy of love.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
I understood that.
Love is energy.
Yes,
Right?
and that's it. It's just when we expand that love energy, we receive more. So it's about trusting, surrendering, and being in gratitude. It's just that simple. Find more joy in your life.
Así que ya saben, gente, busque una razón más para ser feliz el día a día. Así que ya sabe, esto fue todo por hoy. Muchísimas gracias también a mi compañera Erika, Dina, gracias por estar aquí con nosotros, y pues ya sabe, su servidora María Antonia Palacios. pues ya sabe que haga el bien sin mirar a quién. Nos vemos hasta la próxima.
Hasta luego.
Bye.